Alright, what's going on, guys? Aiden from I'm Hungry here, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm making beef Wellington. Now, I am not the first one to come up with this style of recipes, but, I'm gonna give it a go, though. Now, I only made this once, so I'm gonna give it my best shot to make it again. So, here we go. Heat on, and we're gonna put in some olive oil. This is actually infused with rosemary, which is actually pretty nice. So yeah, we're gonna add in like a tablespoon of olive oil in there. And 2 tablespoons of butter. And we're just gonna wait until that butter is melted, and then we'll start creating our filling. Butter is all melted, guys, so we're going to work in with 1 shallot. Now, if you don't have shallots at home, you could substitute with 1 tablespoon of regular onion. Once that's in there, I'm adding in 1.5 pounds of mushroom, mixed mushroom. I'm using a variety of white mushroom and portobello mushrooms. You guys can use any kind of mushrooms you want. And we're just gonna saute them until they're golden brown. Almost forgot to mention, guys, we meant to add in one sprig of fresh thyme in there. One sprig of fresh thyme goes in. And now we're good. Alright, guys, we're currently a few minutes into this process. You may see that, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some water coming out of the mushrooms. This process is, we're trying to get all the water out of the mushrooms, which seems kind of scary to you guys, but believe me, it's very crucial that we need to get all the moisture out of the mushrooms as possible. Alright, guys, we're currently 10 minutes in, and the mushrooms should look like this. Now, I kind of did something to speed up the process. I actually drained the juice out myself, so speed up the process. Now, there's no harm of doing that, guys, so you could do it if you want, but I just decided to do that just to speed up the process. Alright, guys, our mushrooms cooled down for a little bit. Now it's time to transport it into our food processor. Now, my food processor is not very large at all, so I'm actually going to do a few portions at a time. Yeah, we're going to do a few portions at a time, and we're also going to be adding in some bell pepper into it. Now, I know, guys, it's not your traditional recipe, I know, but we had some left over, and it will increase the flavor of our Wellington. So yeah, time to transport it into our food processor. Anyway, the blade goes on like sits on top like that, and then we blend. How do you use this thing actually? Wait. Alright, so we actually got the food processor to work now, and we're actually gonna be sprinkling in some good old salt in there, and you only need like a few pinches of this salt. Now we blitz. Alright, guys, remember I told you that we have to draw all the moisture out? So what we're actually going to be doing right now is we're going to take the mushrooms that we blended up, and we're going to refry them so that we can once again draw all the moisture, because The beef Wellington worst enemy is white mush. And guys, you want to fry this until it's completely dry. Alright guys, while the filling is cooling off, let's start with our star of the show, the meat. So over here, I have 2 pounds of beef tenderloin over here, and I'm going to be seasoning it with a generous amount of salt and freshly ground black pepper. And we don't really want too much salt in it because we're putting in other stuff onto it. You'll see in a little bit. Alright, now that the meat's been seasoned, we're gonna sear it. The reason why we sear it is that when we sear it, it's gonna be more flavorful that way. So, olive oil, rosemary olive oil goes in. In a sprig of thyme, and once that thing boils up, we're gonna start adding in the meat. Alright guys, in goes the meat. Alright, I'm gonna cut the camera for now, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, guys, the meat has been seared, so now we're gonna be brushing it with a fresh batch of English mustard. We're gonna be using 2 tablespoons of this stuff. 1 tablespoon on this side, and the other tablespoon on the other side. Alright guys, I got 12 slices of prosciutto here. I'm going to put our filling directly onto the prosciutto. And you want to have this spread out as evenly as possible. So we're going to put some large chunks on the prosciutto, and then we'll start assembling the Wellington. Alright guys, I got all of the mushroom duxelle onto the prosciutto. Now it's time to add in the meat. And how we're going to do this is we're going to put our meat in the middle of the prosciutto and mushroom, and we're going to roll it. Now this requires a bit of practice, but believe me, it's not that hard. Just trust me on this one. Alright guys, here is the Wellington when it's all wrapped up. We're gonna put this thing in the fridge for 10 minutes. Alright guys, so So now that you got your meat unwrapped and on the puff pastry, I'm going to be putting some egg wash all over the pastry. The egg wash is so that the puff pastry will stick better to the meat. Alright, once you got that covered, it's time to wrap this monstrosity. And you need to be very careful not to break the puff pastry, or juices from the meat is going to leak out, and we really don't want that to happen. Alright guys, all the pastry's on the meat now, so in order to fold it, we're going to make a flat like this, and I'm going to do the same thing for the side over here. And we're putting some egg wash on both sides. And do something like that so it will be completely secure all the juice. Alright guys, so I put some saran wrap on the puff pastry so that we could put the Wellington in the oven. The refrigerator. And we're gonna put it in the refrigerator for 20 minutes to maintain its cylindrical shape. Alright guys, it has literally been taken all day, but we finally managed to pull off this. Look at this Wellington. Now, no joke guys, this literally took us all afternoon, but we've been able to do it. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you find this recipe helpful. If you do, please leave a big thumbs up. And as always, Happy New Year, and also Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next video.